Okay, do child's pose, please. We made it. Okay. Take a deep breath in child's pose. And then on your inhale, come up to hands and knees. My internet might go out again. It looks like. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just to warn you. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, hop or step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up, look forward. And then exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reach out and up as you stand up. Bring your hands together overhead, look up. And exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, step your right foot back, bring your right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up and do low lunge. Exhale, bring your hands down, step back to kneeling plank. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale, slowly lower yourself down as you do, bend your elbows, squeeze them in. Inhale, curl up for cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Exhale, bring your right knee down. Inhale, low lunge again. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch up, reach up as you stand. Exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Inhale, stretch up, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, step your left foot back, bring your left knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step back, plank or kneeling plank, it's up to you. Inhale here. And then exhale, slowly lower yourself to the floor. As you lower, keep your shoulders moving away from your ears. Inhale, curl up for cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, left knee down. Reach up. Exhale, big step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach all the way up. Palms together, overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step back, plank or kneeling plank. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower to the floor. Inhale, curl up for up dog. Exhale, push back to down dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, low lunge. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, step your left foot back, low lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step back, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Low lunge. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach out and up as you stand. Exhale, arms at your sides. Final round. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, low lunge. Inhale, stretch up, curl back. Exhale, step back, plank or chaturanga. Inhale, curl up for cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, stretch up. Exhale, big step forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, arms at your sides, Tadasana. Again, inhale, up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down, low lunge. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, step back. Chaturanga or to the floor. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Left knee down, low lunge. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, arms at your sides. Tree pose. So start with your feet together, and you might need a wall or something to help you balance. Put your hands on your hips, bend your knees a little bit, and turn your right foot out to the right. Pull your left outer hip in and stand a little taller, and then bend your right knee, grab for your right ankle and pull your heel up as high as you can. Super glue your foot and your thigh into each other, and then once again, really pull that left hip bone in. And then from there, you can bring your hands together in front of your heart or up high. Hold here, breathing. Draw your low ribs in and try to get it super long. Last breath. Bring your arms down and bring your foot down. Turn your left foot out. Bring your left foot up. Hold on to your ankle. Pull your ankle up as high as you can and then push your heel into your thigh, thigh into your heel. Really engage your right hip bone, pulling it in toward the socket. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. It's a feeling almost like you're trying to turn your belly away from your left thigh. And then from there, either hands stay at your heart or reach up. Keep breathing. Draw your low ribs in a little bit more, see if you can get a tiny bit taller. And then bring your arms down and step your foot down. Okay, stand at the top of your mat. So I want to give you this sort of like out. We're gonna go through like 5 standing poses, I think it is. And between each one, each side, we're gonna do that like plank or chaturanga to the floor, cobra or up dog or down dog. Or you could just go straight to down dog each time we come back down, okay? It's up to you. So standing at the top of your mat with your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, reach up as you stretch up. Bring your palms together overhead, look up. Exhale, fold fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back and either do chaturanga or lower yourself all the way to the floor. Inhale, curl up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, push back, down dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, spin your left heel down, warrior 1. reach up. Okay, we're gonna pause. Let's do the variation of warrior one with your hands shoulder distance apart, fingers spread wide. Right knee directly over your ankle. And think about where your right sitting bone is. Start to squeeze that in towards your left inner thigh. And then press down to the pinky side edge of your back foot a little bit more. Back foot is to a diagonal to the back of your mat. Turn the left side of your rib cage a little more forward as you pull the right side of your rib cage back. Spin your pinkies in and stretch up a little higher. About 2 more breaths here. If this is fairly easy for you, try taking your feet further apart. Make it a little more difficult. Really feel your feet on the floor. Draw your pubic bone up. Last breath. All right, so bringing your hands down, you can either step back to down dog or do the little vinyasa sequence that I was telling you about, chaturanga or to the floor. If you go to the floor, do cobra, you do chaturanga, up dog, and then push back to down dog. Take a deep breath there. On your next inhale, step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down. Stretch up for warrior one. So back foot is to a diagonal to the back of the mat. Front knee is in a 90-degree angle with your front heel. So this is actually quite difficult. If you're just learning yoga, your feet might be a little closer together. So you won't have a 90-degree angle, and that's okay. We're trying to work toward that. Turn the right side of your chest more forward. Pull the left side of your chest a little further back. Draw your low ribs in and stretch up. Your pinkies in. Take another long, slow breath here. Press into your back heel a little more. Lift your pubic bone a little higher. And then bring your hands down. Step back. Either push back to down dog or do your sequence here. Nice strong breaths as you move. Take a deep inhale. Exhaling here. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, hop or step forward. Inhale, lift your chest, look forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reach your arms out and up as you come up. And exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift your chest, look forward. Exhale, step back, lower down. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Spin your left heel down, this time getting ready for warrior two. So you're gonna spin your chest open to the left. Left knee over your ankle. Still eventually trying to create a 90-degree angle in the front leg. Back leg stays super straight. The pinky side edge of your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. Arms in one straight line as best you can, and then look over your front fingertips. Draw your low ribs in the front in, and lift your pubic bone up. Very difficult to sustain this pose. Keep breathing deeply. Lift the underneath of your arms, your triceps up. Elbows super straight, finger knuckles straight, back leg straight. One more smile. Okay, and then turn, bring your hands to the floor, step back, lower down. Big inhale lifts you up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down, warrior two. Back foot parallel to the back of your mat, front knee at a 90-degree angle. Let's talk about the front leg a little bit more on this side. So you want to step into the pinky side edge of your left foot. Make sure you can see your left big toe. If you can't, you're just going to move your knee out a little bit more. Try to keep that back knee from unbending. Right leg stays straight. Draw your low ribs in, lift your pubic bone up. Try to create some space here in the left hip, pulling your left hip bone away from your thigh. One more breath. Awesome. Bring your hands down, step back, lower, curl up, inhale, exhale, dog. Deep inhale here. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, hop or step forward. Inhale, lift your chest, look forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reach your arms out and up as you stand. Exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale, step or hop back. Lower down. Inhale and curl up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Spin your back heel down, back foot parallel to the back of your mat. So you rise up, straighten your right leg. For triangle pose, turn your chest to the left, keep your breath moving. The back foot's parallel to the back of your mat, front toes face straight ahead. If you have a block around, you could put on the outside of your leg. Reach your arms out to the side, inhale here, lift your knees. As you exhale, side bend to the right, place your hand on your shin or the block or on the outside edge of your shin on the floor. And then squeeze your right sitting bone in. Push into the big toe side of your front foot and the pinky side edge of your back foot. And then try to lengthen the distance between your armpit and your hip underneath you. Draw your low ribs in, take your chin in slightly, turn your head and look up at your thumb. Unless that hurts your neck, then you can look down instead. I'm going to take 2 more long, slow breaths here in triangle pose, Trikonasana. Just feel what's happening. And then start to look down, bend your right knee, step back. Yep, lower all the way down, or to chaturanga. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Getting ready for triangle pose on the left side. Back foot parallel to the back of your mat. Straighten your front leg. Left toes face straight ahead. So the squeezing in of our underneath hip toward our opposite thigh will get your butt from going out behind you. You want to keep your pelvis moving forward. Reach your arms out to the side. Inhale here. And then exhale, side bend to the left. Place your hand on your shin is a perfectly good place. Or on a block. Or the outside edge of your shin on the floor. Your arms are in one straight line. See if you can make a little more distance between your left hip and left armpit. Take the back bend out of the pose, draw your low ribs in, and then tuck your chin a little bit, lengthen the back of your neck. If you can, turn your head and look up at your top thumb. Feel your breath. Feel your feet on the floor. The clothes on your body. Your body in this pose. Take another breath. One more. Start to leave the pose, bend your left knee. Step back. You can, remember, go right back to down dog if you prefer, or do the little mini sequence here between poses. And we'll all meet in down dog for a sigh of relief. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, sigh. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, hop or step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reach out and up as you stand. Exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Okay, if you have a block or two, grab them, put them at the top of your mat. or anything that you're using as a block. You might even, like if you have a big enough water bottle that's sturdy enough, you could use that as a block. And technically you don't have to have a block for this one, but it does make it a little bit more accessible for a lot of us, most of us. So once you've got that, you're going to stand on the tallest setting at the top of your mat. All right, inhale, reach out and up. Bring your palms together, overhead, look up. Exhale, forward bend. Bend your knees. Inhale, lift halfway up, look forward. Exhale, step back, lower down. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, spin your left heel down. Rise up, warrior one. Okay, so from warrior one, we're going to take this to warrior three. Warrior three can be modified by putting both of your hands on those blocks. So, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward, and either put your hands on the blocks or keep reaching forward. Come to your tippy toes. Push off your right foot, and then spin those back toes to all face the ground. You might even look back behind you, make sure that they're doing it. You can keep your right knee a little bent here. Lift your head as high as your butt. Lift your inner thigh of your left leg a little more. Stretch forward or push down into the blocks, blocks directly underneath your shoulders. If you have your hands on the blocks, you might be able to peek a little easier. Make sure your hips are even with one another. Take another long, slow breath here, warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. And then slowly lower, going either through that little mini sequence or straight back to down dog. How many push-ups do you want to do tonight? It's really up to you. Good. Step your left foot forward. Back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Good, and then exhale, start to fold forward. Lift up onto your back toes and push off. Slowly coming up here. You can keep your left knee a little bit bent. Really try to pull your left outer hip straight back behind you. You can think left sitting bone straight back. Good job. Lift up from your right inner thigh. If you're tilting or tipping a lot, it's because your hip is probably lifting a little bit too much. Last deep inhale and exhale. Good, and then slowly lower. Yep. Drop down either through the mini sequence or go to downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, hop or step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up, look forward. And exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reach out and up as you stand up. Exhale, arms at your sides. So you're going to leave your blocks as they are. You may use them for this pose. Inhale, reach up. Final standing pose. Exhale, forward bend. Bend your knees, fingertips down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hop or step back, lower, or step back to down dog. Skip these little push-ups. Good, and then step your right foot forward. Back heel down, parallel to the back of your mat. Come back like you're gonna do triangle pose, the straight front leg. Okay, so standing up for a triangle pose prep. I think I can see. So from triangle pose prep, turn, you'll be turned toward the left. So we're gonna come into half moon pose from triangle. Stretch your arms out to the side. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, side bend into triangle pose. Good, and if your hand is on the block, you're gonna keep it there. Inhale, bend your right knee slightly. And then exhale, push into your right foot, lean forward. Bring your hand to the block or carry the block forward so that it's underneath your shoulder, supporting you for half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So even if you don't have a block, hand can be on the floor, underneath your shoulder, probably on your fingertips. Now really pull your right outer hip back, engage your butt. Point your tailbone straight back. Either point or flex that top ankle, it's up to you. But try to lift that leg a little higher. And if you've got your balance, you might turn your head, try to look at your thumb like you did in triangle pose. Take another long, slow breath here, half moon. Awesome. Bend your front knee, drop your left foot to the floor, turn toward the ground, step back to down dog or do your mini sequence. And then step your left foot forward, back heel down, spins down. Come up like you're gonna do triangle pose. We'll do that for a moment. So coming into Warrior 3 from Warrior 1 and Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose from triangle is the way that Iyengar does it in Light on Yoga. Super, super wild. Inhale here, and then exhale, side bend triangle pose. Remember all those little cues from last time? You can already be pulling that left outer hip underneath you a little better. Inhale here, bend your left knee slightly. And then exhale, you're gonna shift your weight there. You can push off your back foot, bringing your left hand underneath your shoulder onto the block or the floor. Fingertips are a really good place to be. Point your tailbone straight back towards your heel. See if you maybe lift that top leg a little higher. Draw your low ribs in. Really squeeze your left butt cheek in. Maybe turn your head and look up. Last breath there. How about one more, just to milk it just a little further. Awesome job. Step back, so bend your left knee, slowly lower. Final push-up sequence if you choose to take it, otherwise down dog. Good, inhale here, exhale through your mouth. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, hop or step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up, look forward. And exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, reach out and up as you stand. And exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Okay, take a seat. Okay. So now would be the time, if you have blocks or those pillows around, just grab them and have them be handy. And, I mean, technically you don't have to use the props. They just give you like something to relax into. But you can always just ragdoll these poses. Okay. This first pose is Jani Shishasana, head to knee pose. Start out with your legs directly out in front of you, hip distance apart with your toes pulling back towards your shins. Feel free to sit up on a blanket if you have a difficult time sitting up really straight. It'll make it slightly easier, I promise, or even a block. Then bend your right knee. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. And from there, hop your hips forward a little bit. That way that right heel comes very close to your groin, maybe even touching your pubic bone. Okay, the deal with, actually, never mind. We're gonna do these as yin yoga poses. So you don't even have to flex your left foot. You can relax your left leg, relax your right leg, but turn toward your left thigh. Take a deep inhale. Let's even stretch our arms up so you get a little longer, a little taller. Inhale. And then exhale, fold forward over your right leg. Place your hands, left leg on the floor. and drop your head. So if you had a bolster, you could have it underneath you on top of your leg, or even a block to rest your head on. And then just allow yourself to relax as much as you possibly can. You might be surprised how hard it is to not engage anything. Relax your shoulders. Don't try to reach forward. Don't try to get closer to your leg necessarily. Just let your body do what it does. Relax your elbows, your face, your neck. See if you can really be a rag doll as much as possible in this position. I'm going to time us here for another 2 minutes. So as you're here breathing, you might keep tuning into those places or parts of you that have a hard time relaxing. Sometimes those places are sort of around wherever the stretch is the deepest, because it can be quite intense. So notice if you're resisting there. See if you have a little more give. Okay, and taking your final breath there. Start to sit up. Once you sit up, don't necessarily change your position very quickly. You're going to just sit up, close your eyes, and feel. And it might be pretty subtle right now, the effects. But as we continue to do these stretches for longer or for long holds, you'll feel a difference. Go ahead and change sides. Stretch your right leg straight out this time. Bend your left knee. Bring your left heel in really close to your pubic bone. And then scoot forward and just bring yourself to your foot. There's a slight twist in this pose. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, turn toward your outstretched leg and fall over it. And then let your shoulders relax. Don't keep reaching with your arms at all. Just let your arms sort of hang down. Let your body be like a rag doll. You might have to tweak this a bit. You might have to move a little bit to get yourself so you can actually relax. And I encourage you to do that. Like, feel free to make this slightly more comfortable for yourself. And we'll be here for 2 minutes. So as you're here, just continue to notice those places that have a harder time letting go. See if you can be heavier in the pose, more relaxed in the pose. And if you can't be, that's okay too. Just noticing where the stretch is and where you resist and where you easily stretch. And slowly start to make your way up to a seated position, or the seated position that you'll end up in. Just stay there. Close your eyes for a moment as you sit up. And just take a couple breaths. Open your eyes. Okay. Stretch your legs directly out in front of you again. So this is a sequence that readies us for a seated forward bend with our legs outstretched. You're going to bend your right knee, place your right foot on the floor. Remember, for any of these poses, if you have a hard time sitting up, go grab something to sit up on, like a couple pillows or blankets or a block if you have it. So you're going to bend your knee, place your right foot on the floor. Left leg is directly out in front of you. Now turn your chest towards your right leg. And then hold your right leg with your left arm. Bring your right fingertips to the floor behind you. Turn the left side of your chest more towards your right leg. And if you feel like you have the space here, you're going to take your right elbow to the your left elbow to the outside of your right leg. Pull your left hand back. If not, you're just going to keep hugging your leg. Turn your head and look over your right shoulder. And then we'll be here for 2 minutes. You are trying to sit up straight, but you're trying to do this with the least amount of tension as possible. Just holding the twist here and breathing. Notice if your breath starts to go away or if your mind starts to go somewhere else, and see if you can come back through your breath to your body. Take another long, slow breath. And then untwist, bringing both legs out in front of you. Just sit up tall for a breath here and feel. And then left side. So it's hard to break the habit, but you don't have to engage or keep engaged your right leg. Let your right leg be soft. Bend your left knee, put your left foot on the floor, and then turn toward that leg. Wrap your arm around your left leg, and then take your left fingertips behind you just to hold you up a little bit. And then see if you can twist more. Turn the right side of your chest even more toward your leg. Maybe even bring your elbow, right elbow, to the outside of your left leg. And then we're going to stay here for 2 minutes, breathing deeply, trying to sit up tall with the least amount of effort as possible. Just give this twist a little extra time to do what it does. Help yourself stay interested in what's happening. Keep paying attention to your breath. Pay attention to how you might have shifted in your body and during holding the pose. Feel what the pose is doing. And take your final breath here. And then unwind yourself. Stretch your left leg out in front of you. Untwist and then just sit up tall and breathe here for a second, feeling things. Okay, next pose. Next pose can be hard on your knees. So if that's you, you're gonna definitely wanna find those blankets or pillows to sit up on, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna bend your right knee. So lean to the left, bend your knee, place the top of your foot on the floor on the outside of your right hip so that your right heel is touching your right butt cheek. And if you get into this pose and it's already really intense for you, it's hard for you to hold in the first place. As long as it's not hurting you, you can still do it, like sit up and do it. Otherwise, you can do the variation like we did earlier with your foot on your inner thigh again. Okay. This has a fun name. Let's see if I can say it. I think it's Triang Mukha Ekapadasana. Ekapada Paschimottanasana is what it is. All right. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, either stay seated up if that's best for you, or fold forward. Place your hands on the floor and then let your head hang, or maybe rest your head on a block. And then go into your deep breath and feel and notice things about the pose. Feel and notice things about your body. What's it telling you? What's the feedback that you're getting as you hold here for 2 minutes? See if you're still breathing slow, deep breaths. Notice if any tension has gathered anywhere that it doesn't need to be. Take your last breath here. Start to sit up. And again, just take your time between sides. So once you sit up, take a moment to take a few breaths. And then change sides. Pretty big ankle stretch, so it might not even be that it's your knee that is painful. It could be your ankle. You could try taking your knee a little further out to the side. That might take some pressure off of your ankle and your knee, really. Okay, inhale, reach up. And then exhale, fold forward. And once you're in the fold, just let your body do what it does. You don't have to be reaching for anything anymore. Relax your legs, settle into the pose. That might take a second. And then we start our hold. Last deep breath. And come out of the pose, nice and slow. Take a moment once you sit up. Breathe. Okay, final pose. So this is like all those seated poses build up to this pose, Paschimottanasana. Luckily, I feel like it's like the easiest one out of the sequence, but it is a very big hamstring stretch. And so the idea with those previous poses is that they've gotten your spine and your hamstrings ready for this deep forward bend. If you have a block, you might place it between your shins for your forehead, or if you've got bolsters or something to put on your shins, you might be able to kind of rest on them once we forward bend. Remember, just let your legs be soft here. We're gonna hold this one for 3 minutes. Okay, so as you inhale, stretch up. And then exhale, fold forward over your legs. And then let your shoulders relax, arms relax. Let your head be heavy. Settle into the pose, do any adjustments that you might need. Might even roll up a blanket underneath your knees so that your knees are supported and bent. This might take some of the stress out of the hamstring stretch if it's too much. Otherwise, just holding now and breathing. So as you're here, you might start to notice the ways in which you unconsciously hold yourself. And see if you can let those things fall away. Relax deeply through your pelvic floor and inner thigh muscles. Soften at the sides of your neck. Let your shoulders relax. Let your ankles relax. Move all of your weight over to the pose and let gravity stretch you. Start to deepen your breath again. And slowly start to peel yourself out of the pose. And once you find yourself seated upright again, feel and notice everything. Notice what's called a rebound in yin yoga, but it's just the feeling after you get out of the pose. Okay, and then from here, grab whatever you need to keep you warm or comfortable for Shavasana. I've already went over time, partially because we started a little late, but I want to respect your guys' time. So we'll do sort of a shortened Shavasana, which should be okay with all that yin yoga. So grab what you need to keep you comfortable and warm and in the mood to relax. And then take up some space on your mat or your yoga space and give your weight fully to the floor. See how much you can allow yourself to relax here for a minute.
Become aware of yourself in the space that you're in. Feel the things that are around you and on you. Notice the things that are going on within you. Feel your breath again. And then the next breath or two, slowly come up to a seated position if you want. You don't have to. You can stay laying down, of course. If you choose to come up to seated, sit up tall. No matter where you are, reconnect with your deep inhales and exhales just for a moment more. Such a powerful tool that we can use in our lives at any time to help us calm down and get grounded with how we feel, even if it's not a good feeling. Just taking back control of our nervous system through our breath. So in honor of each other, of this practice and the people that brought this practice to us, in honor of the people whose land we practice on, and in honor of Zoom working, let's have our final Om. You can bring your hands together in front of your heart if you'd like. Inhale here. Thank you so much for giving me a reason to teach still. Have a great night.